we're going to now create another elevation sheet. So to do that, we're going to go down to the sheet section. And again, we have two options. We can either right click on sheets, click on new, or go to the view tab. And in there we have a sheet composition panel. That's where again we can create a new sheet. So when we select new sheet, it will open up this box here where we can choose our title block from. Only the A1 is currently loaded. So press OK. And you'll notice in the title block, our project remains as office building, our client remains as auto desk, and it's also sequentially updated our drawing number to read 201. Our project number as well remains at 200. So next I'm going to pull all of the elevations onto the sheet. So I'll click and drag east and place, click and drag north, south, and west. So again, these elevations need a little bit of work to tidy them up. But first thing first, you'll notice at the east elevation, we have cut out some of the building. So if I open up the east elevation, we'll see there that some of the building has been cut out. So what I'm going to do, we need to open up the ground floor plan. So I'm going to window tile it so we can see what we're doing. And because I made the changes in the sheet where I added in the crop and I hid the elevation bubbles, it isn't displayed here. So whatever changes you make on the sheet take effect on the view itself. So first thing is I need to turn the crop view off. So now I'm able to see my elevation bubbles again. You'll also notice that the elevation bubbles have updated. So it's currently showing the actual sheet number inside the bubble and the view on the sheet. So again, there's the sheet number and the elevation view. So I need to adjust my elevation bubble so I can see the entire building. So if I select the bubble, you'll see there's two lines. We have one solid blue line and one dashed blue line. So the solid blue line is the start of my view and the dashed blue line is the end of my view. So all I need to do is just pick it up, drag it in front of the building, and I'm now able to clearly see the front. As well, if I wanted to only show a partial section of the front, just pull back the dashed blue line and we can no longer see the right hand side. So if we do the same for all the views, just making sure that the start and finish point of our views are correct. And now I'll go back to the elevation drawing. So next what I need to do is to adjust the levels themselves. As well, I need to hide the section view. I don't want that to be displayed. As well, we can reduce the title down. And then finally just putting the elevations in place. So I'm going to go east, west, north, and south. So again, when you're moving the elevations around, we'll get that temporary alignment again, which will align the levels themselves. To align the buildings more, what we need to do is add in what is called a guide grid. So it places a grid onto the sheet just to give us some guidance on the alignment. So in the sheet composition panel, we'll select guide grid. You're prompted if you want to give it a name. I'm going to leave it as is. And the guide grid is displayed. If we wanted to adjust the spacing between each one of those grids, we'll then select it. In the properties palette, there is our guide spacing set to 25 mil. Say if we reduce that down to 10 mil. So now when we select our elevations, we can adjust them to be in line with a certain line. And then afterwards, you can simply just select the grid and delete. So with the title, I'm going to add in some more text, change it from just south to south elevation. So how I change the text is I'll select the title, go to the properties palette, and then I can add in elevation. Do the same for all 4 views. And then I'm going to position the titles correctly. Again, you'll notice when I move the titles, I get the temporary alignment line just to tell me that everything is lined up correctly. As well, you'll see the views are 3, 4, 2, and 1. We can change that. I'm just selecting the title, and there's the detail number 3. If I type in 1, it won't allow me. There's already an elevation 1. So what I'll do is I'll just type in 1 and a full stop, 2, and now I can change this to 3 and 4, and then I'll just go back over to the west and just delete out the full stop and south. So next what I'm going to do is we can cast our shadows over the elevations. So if we double tap inside, we can turn on the shadows. And they look all right on this elevation. So over to the next one, again, turn the shadows on. Same again. We can, of course, have the realistic view on this as well. For now, I'm just going to leave on the shadows.